Hey, what's up everyone? My name's John and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be cutting out the drain scuppers, and also I'm going to show you a quicker way to dig out spider cracks. Let's get started. All right, here is the drain scupper that I need to cut out. There's two of them. So they're nylon or plastic, and somebody's 5200 them into the hull here. So I can't get them out. There's a black tube, holes, the black holes that join the two plastic scuppers. I'm going to chip these out, and then I'm going to go back with a fiberglass tube instead of going back with this, and I'll grind this back and I'll fiberglass that tube to the hull, and then of course ferret and make it look professional. But I'm not going to go back with the black tube or the plastic scuppers. This is above the water line, and it's only about 4 or 5 inches between here and the cockpit sole, so there's no need in trying to resource the original parts. All right, so I'm in the cockpit and I've been sanding everything, preparing to prime and then paint the cockpit. I've already done the deck, the upper deck, and I just need to get the cockpit ready and do it so I can finish the painting. You can see right here some of the paint, maybe you can see. You can see I've already done the deck. I spent several weeks grinding out the spider cracks, sanding the non-skid, grinding the spider cracks, filling those in with silica, and then fairing over the top of that, sanding it all down, priming it, and then painting. And it's pretty dusty, but you can see it's a really nice paint job here. And I will wet sand and buff it when I'm finished, after I put the non-skid down. So in order to get to that, to cut those out, I'm going to have to crawl in here. And this sailboat is a mess because of all the sanding. But you can see I'm going to have to crawl in back there to get to those. It's a very tight space. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crawl in there and take this hacksaw blade and cut the plastic pipe so that I can remove it. I've tried everything to get these out, and now I'm just going to have to cut them out. I can't get them out. So I'm going to try this hacksaw blade to cut the pipe out, and also I'm going to take this keyhole saw and see if I can get them cut out. There we go, into the hole. You can see right there how difficult this is going to be. It's one there and one there. And I've tried everything to get that black holes off. I cannot. So I'm just going to cut the holes in the middle and try to remove it that way. I can't even get to the nuts on the through holes right now. So let's see what I can do with that. Let's try this keyhole saw first. not fun. All right, I know it's kind of a faux pas, but today I'm going to be using a pair of vice grips as a hammer. Now, I have a hammer, obviously, but unfortunately it's not here, and I don't have the time to go back and get it at my house. So this is an old pair of vice grips that really doesn't even work properly. So you just have to overlook the ignorance of not using a hammer. Here we go. Nice. Now I just have to grind out all of this 5200 or whatever else I used. It's just too short between the hull and the floor or the cockpit sole. It's too short to get a new holes in there. Once you place the upper scupper and the lower scupper in place, there's only about an inch between the two, which makes it very difficult to try and fit in a actual holes, and it's extremely tight in this area. So I'm going to try the fiberglass tube and see if I can make that work. If not, then I'll have to go back to something else. But it's an option I want to try first, because that way it'll be permanent, and then I can make this flush. Okay, so here's a little secret I wanted to show you of mine, and it's probably not a secret, but you can see here where I've repaired the spider cracks. And what I did is I ground this out, then filled it with silica, but not all the way to the top, because if you fill it with silica, it's very hard to sand, and if you get it above the gel coat, then you'll just sand away the gel coat and you'll have a hump there. So I left the silica below the gel coat, and then I came back with fairing compound and smoothed it off and sanded it. But I've tried this many times with a Dremel, and I've spent weeks on other boats with a Dremel going through trying to get these cracks dug out. And so I went and found this. This is a sheetrock cutter, and the tip is not a drill bit. It's more like kind of a diamond grinding bit. And I literally went through this entire boat within a few hours and ground out probably 200 or 300 cracks like this. And you can see some more here. Move all the dust. So you can see here and here, and just several places in the boat that I've done this. But this is the trick. Get one of these, but you have to be careful. It's very powerful, and you could go too far, so you got to regulate how deep you cut into it. You just want to get down to the fiberglass. This is just a crack where the hard gel coat flexed and cracked. So there's no issue with the fiberglass. It's just the shell or the gel coat that cracked. So this time you have to repair some spider cracks, think about this right here, especially if you have to do a bunch of them. All right, so that's all I got time for this week. I know it's kind of a short video, but I'm just getting started on the video making process. But next week, I'm going to start trying to fit and manufacture a scupper tube that I can mold in there, and then I'll be able to sand and fair that and then finish painting the cockpit. Thank you.